Tonight, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's a special prime-time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the New York Giants. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. The Giants go to work on offense for the first time, and it's Daniel Jones leading the way, the number 6 pick in the 2019 draft.
A little bit of broken record time, partner, because we know that this young man, Daniel Jones, was a surprise pick at number 6 overall. But I thought that he got better and better as the year went on in his rookie year. A lot of trial by fire. Needs to protect the football better while in the pocket. But when he's at his best, he can throw it and run it. And he's an ascending quarterback. 24 touchdown passes as a rookie.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Larry Ogunjobi on the tackle in his 4th year now out of the University of Charlotte. A big part of this young Browns defense.
Yeah, this will be a Giants first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage. One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Jones throwing complete here to Tate. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made.
Makes the score Giants 3.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
At their own 25-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And right away, he lost the football. And who's got it? The Giants.
Big Chum on the carry.
Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs. First time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 22 yards there, a first down.
2 yards. And the Browns first down.
Mayfield on play action. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on a final play of this first quarter. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a first down. On the draw, this is Goldman. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
Brought down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the gun, Jones. And Ingram holds it in. And he will have a Giants first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. 3 yards on first, 4 on second, and now 5 on third down. Move the sticks. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get going.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Myles Garrett, his second sack of the night. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles usually...
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone came around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Now Jones. Jones hit and the ball's out. But I believe the Giants got this back and they will hold on to the possession. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones to Shepard, complete over the middle. Jones, a good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6.
Giants 6.
So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Donovan Peoples-Jones on the return. The Browns take over 1st and 10.
The Browns drive about to get started. Final play of the half, Mayfield. They've shown precious little here offensively thus. That's caught at the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Browns take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. And maybe time for this offense to really hit the reset button. They were shut out in the first half, but still, they're right in this game.
They certainly are. What I like about it is that you actually continue to play. You know, you just find a way to make a few plays yourself, and you noted it. Right there on the border in this game, they're not that far off. Just got to find a play or 2, and they could be very happy at that point.
And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball, a little dangerous, could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down. And now Mayfield on the bootleg, rolling to his right. And he's got his man, that's Landry. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Rashard Higgins there to make the grab. And the Browns can grab the lead if they hit the extra point. Cody Parkey is on now for the point after.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
Cody Parkey set to kick off.
Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now here comes Daniel Jones and the Giants again. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're kind of searching for that magic elixir. You know, they're moving the football a little bit, but not with any great consistency.
I love that term you just used, elixir, right?
Old school.
Old school. I love that because you don't want to put too much pressure on your defense as well, all right? If you're kicking field goals, that's great, but your defense has to keep going out there and holding the other team. You're not giving them any cushion to work with, and that gets tougher and tougher as the game goes along. put the ball in the end zone and get sixes, that's the ambrosia that they're looking for.
Ambrosia, I'm trying to erase this deficit. We can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And that's complete to Lewis. And he will have a Giants 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. 8 yards there on a 1st down. Throwing, Jones. Flush to his right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Gallman will run it. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
1st and 10.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
Here's Gallman. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Andrew Sendejo on the tackle. A 6-yard.
2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 2nd down at 4. Jones. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Myles Garrett make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jones. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He'll get 15 and a Giants 1st down. This is Gallman. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
5-yard line.
On 2nd and 1, Jones. And he's got it. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Giants are going to jump back in front.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Oh, no, he lost the football, and I think the Browns got it. They did.
Attempt at the 2-point conversion is...
It's funny to me because we actually keep a football in the booth with us during games, and I notice you cradling the football. You got it tucked pretty tight with the points of pressure here, and that didn't occur on that play, did it?
No, you saying I wouldn't have fumbled if I was
You
down
would
there?
not have fumbled. You got that thing locked in tight.
I also have really large biceps.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And at this stage, in the 4th, they need to work this into the end zone. A field goal doesn't do much. We'll see if they can cash in following the fumble recovery. And he ran right through 1 tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3. Nick Chubb on.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion.
Nick Chubb.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
37-yard.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Now a desperation throw. Deep down. It's caught inside the 25. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field.
A gain of 4.
It's a big play there for the Browns. 45 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Browns have retaken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about, not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
So now Jones and the Giants down by a field goal, 57 seconds to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Back to throw. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Throw left side complete. That's Lewis. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. That catch good for only a couple. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. He'll look to throw. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. He's back to throw. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
On the return, the Browns take over first and 10.
The Browns drive about to get started. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them in bounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Donovan Peoples-Jones on the return. The Browns take over first and 10.
Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now.
Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
That's not good enough, man.
In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
Here's Mayfield. And that time almost intercepted. That would have changed things here in overtime, but instead, second down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Now Mayfield. Being chased out left. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. And now they're in the hurry-up. And Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to...
And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column.
In overtime.
Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the